The Tang Dynasty, 618-907, was one of the most brilliant and powerful periods in Chinese history. This era was marked by cultural prosperity, political stability, and economic growth, but it was also a time of intrigue, conspiracies, palace coups, and ruthless power struggles. Conspiracies in the Tang Dynasty were an integral part of political life at the time, and many of them left a significant mark on Chinese history. Conspiracies during the reign of Emperor Taizong, 618-626. Emperor Taizong, the second ruler of the Tang Dynasty, is one of the most famous monarchs in Chinese history, but his rise to power was associated with several conspiracies. Initially, he was the heir to his father, Emperor Gaozu, but due to political intrigues and palace maneuverings, he found himself at the center of a power struggle. One of the most well-known conspiracies is linked to the Chang'an Palace incident, 626, when Taizong, his real name was Li Shimin, staged a coup to seize power from his older brother, Prince Tai Li Yun. This conspiracy became known as the Brothers' Conspiracy. Li Shimin managed to convince his father, Emperor Gaozu, that his brother intended to overthrow him, and as a result, he orchestrated the murder of Li Yun and several of his supporters. This led to Li Shimin becoming the emperor, adopting the title of Taizong. Taizong later became known as one of the most successful and just emperors, but his reign began with a bloody coup that greatly impacted the dynasty. Conspiracies during the reign of Empress Wu, 690-705. One of the most scandalous episodes in the history of the Tang Dynasty was the coup under Empress Wu, the first woman to take the title of emperor in Chinese history. Her rise to power was also associated with a series of conspiracies and manipulations. Empress Wu started her career as a concubine to Emperor Taizong and then to his son, Emperor Gaozong. Initially, she was a favorite at court, but at some point, she began to effectively rule China through her sick husband and son, who were incapable of performing their duties. To strengthen her power, she resorted to several conspiracies. In 690, after the death of her son, Empress Wu declared herself emperor, becoming the ruler of China, although her unlawful rise to the throne caused dissatisfaction among many aristocrats and military leaders. In response to this opposition, she organized several brutal purges and executions of potential claimants to the throne. One of the most famous acts of her reign was the arrest and execution of many high-ranking officials and members of the imperial family who attempted to conspire against her. According to some sources, Empress Wu also held trials, accusing her enemies of sorcery and unconstitutional actions, which allowed her to legitimize killings and exiles. Her reign lasted until 705 when, as a result of another conspiracy organized among high-ranking military and aristocratic officials, the empress was forced to abdicate. Conspiracies during the reign of Emperor Tianzong, 873-888. In the later years of the Tang Dynasty, during the reign of Emperor Tianzong, numerous conspiracies and coups also took place. This was a period of decline for the dynasty when central authority weakened and local military leaders were engaged in a de facto struggle for independence. One of the most famous and tragic episodes of this time was the conspiracy of the military aristocracy. Emperor Tianzong was unable to control the numerous military leaders who governed various regions of China. In response, several of these leaders organized a coup. One of the most well-known conspirators was Huang Chao, the leader of a peasant rebellion, who started by capturing key cities and then threatened the emperor. Huang Chao organized a revolt and captured the capital, Chang'an, in 880, leading to mass purges and the destruction of the city. Although the rebellion was suppressed, it severely undermined the public's trust in central authority and accelerated the fall of the Tang Dynasty. The legend of the fall of the Tang Dynasty, conspiracy and assassinations in Chang'an. The final phase of the Tang Dynasty was marked by numerous conspiracies, crimes, and political manipulations. In 907, the Tang Dynasty was overthrown by military forces, bringing an end to its more than 200-year rule. There is a legend that at the time of the fall of the Tang Dynasty, in the capital Chang'an, not only military coups but also numerous secret assassinations occurred. It is known that the last emperor of the Tang, Emperor Taizong, was killed as a result of a conspiracy organized by General and Prince Li Ke. Legends claim that at this time, palace intrigues and secret plots became so sophisticated that no one could trust anyone, and the emperor's death was the final act of political destruction. Some historians even suggest that this may have been part of a deeper conspiracy aimed at restoring the power of rival dynasties and military leaders, as well as eliminating the remnants of Tang's power. Secret societies and myths of magic and witchcraft. The Tang Dynasty also saw the rise of legends about magic and occult practices. Some myths claim that secret societies, such as the Taiping societies, were involved in organizing conspiracies against ruling dynasties using ancient rituals and esoteric teachings. These legends often mention sorcerers, magicians, and alchemists who attempted to manipulate the political situation through magical rites. These myths about magic and secret societies at the Tang court became the foundation for numerous Chinese historical stories and folklore, influencing the perception of the era as mystical and mysterious. Conclusion. Conspiracies and palace intrigues played a crucial role in the history of the Tang Dynasty. This period was one of cultural and scientific flourishing, but also a time of intense political struggles where every move could lead to a revolt or a coup. The mysteries and myths surrounding these conspiracies continue to inspire historians and lovers of Chinese culture to this day.